Hello everybody, welcome to the Tyson Bagent career simulation in Madden 24. A little bit of a different video. I don't normally typically do this sort of thing here where I just make a 62 overall quarterback the starting guy. But everyone knows Justin Fields probably isn't him. You know, he isn't that guy. He isn't the guy for the Chicago Bears. Tyson Bagent came out this last week in his first career start and beat the Raiders pretty convincingly. Now that being said, I saw a very fun video opportunity. So Tyson Bagent in the game is like a base 53 overall and doesn't have a face scan or his face even in the game. So I did just end up boosting his stats up a little bit. That way he is at least somewhat viable in the passing game. And I kind of made him like a Brock Purdy where he's good and kind of average all around. But I put him in a San Francisco playbook where he can kind of be that system quarterback. And even if he needs to, he is an all right athlete. Should be interesting to see how we progress. I'm basically restarting the season and basically not even touching Justin Fields at all. It's just going to be the Tyson Bagent season. So we are actually in 2023 week 1 instead of, at week 8 or 7. I can't remember exactly where we are right now. I think we're headed into week 8. I think we're just wrapping up week 7 as I record this. So this should be interesting. We can talk about the supporting cast. You've got a hopeful young offensive line. Darnell Wright, who absolutely erased Max Crosby from a game, is insane. He's been very on and off throughout his whole career, including his college career at Tennessee, not Texas. And then we obviously have good receivers with DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney. After that, I'm hoping Tyler Scott can kind of develop with the rest of the team. Defensively, not a great defense, a great linebacking crew. You've got great safeties over top, and then Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Johnson might be able to develop as your long-term corners, and Kyler Gordon might be able to be that guy as well. You got to work on the defensive line for sure, and then you obviously have Walker on the other side of Ngakoue. Should be interesting. Not going to be worried too much about the defense though, as much as we're going to be worried about the offense and Tyson Bagent. One thing I'm curious about, is it Bagent or Bagent? I probably should have done my research, but basically this guy was playing Division II football at Shepherd University. Comes in, he threw an interception when he replaced Justin Fields last week, came in his first career start and played the full game and beat the Raiders, which isn't saying a whole lot considering it looks like they're trying to lose anyways. All right, I'm done blabbering and just kind of going off on my own words here, and let's head to the midseason with this new Bears team and the new Bears quarterback. Two big things. Kevin Byard just got traded to the Eagles for a 5th, 6th round pick, and Terrell Edmonds, huge news by the way, all pro safety, just gets traded. Probably old news as this comes out, but hey, I just thought it was pretty surprising. And I also looked up how to say Bagent, and it is Bagent. It's Tyson Bagent from my understanding. Probably should have watched the broadcast or at least something, Oh, if you guys haven't noticed as well, we are 0-7. We started off god awful, which hey, not all things are great to start off with, and holy yikes. Tyson, you are not doing so great. This is kind of bad. 14 sacks already. 4 touchdowns to 11 interceptions isn't exactly what we're looking at. Somehow probably still better than Justin Fields. And receiving, not really great. Defensively, and wow, defensively, 10 TFLs for Unique Ngakoue. Also leads the team with sacks in 2.5. Hopefully Javon Dexter could start producing. That'd be great. Other than that, yeah, I'm just gonna let this one kind of flow. Just kind of ride the rest of the season out, and hopefully, I don't know. I don't want a high pick here because they're going to draft a quarterback and then we're going to have to trade that quarterback or something. I don't know. Let's go to the rest of the season here and see how this all shakes out. We literally just went 0-17. I don't understand that. That's kind of crazy to me. San Francisco playbooks obviously isn't it. Tyson Bagent finishes the season 3,272 yards, 26 interceptions, only 17 touchdowns. Rushing, Khalil Herbert wasn't great. Had a touchdown in there. Receiving, Darnell Mooney was your leading receiver with DJ Moore, only getting 60 catches, 15 less than Darnell. Cole Kmet was fine. Tyler Scott was actually pretty good, all things considering. It's a rookie season. And Khalil Herbert was fine out of the backfield receiving the ball. Defensively, TJ Edwards had 160 tackles. Terrell Edmond with 152. Jaquan Brisker over 100. And TFL's 20 for Ngakoue, 12 for DeMarcus Walker, 11 for Javon Dexter, 5.5 sacks for Ngakoue, 3 for DeMarcus Walker, 2.5 for Justin Jones, 1 for Eddie Jackson, 1 for Dylan Cole, and 0 for Javon Dexter. 3 interceptions for Brisker, 2 for Johnson, 1 for Tremaine Edmonds, and 1 for Jack Sanborn. The only reason I'm spending so much time on the defensive side of things is just because it's the only thing interesting right now. How this is going to work, we're just going to let the CPU take over the offseason and the rebuild portion of the career simulation. So all the contracts, all the trades, all the offseason negotiations, all the drafting literally goes to the CPU. I have no control over that. I'm here to spectate the Tyson Bagent career instead of trying to rebuild the team around Tyson Bagent, if that makes any sense. Okay, so they actually stuck with the rest of this team here. Nope, they got Baker Mayfield. I would call them Basin Bakerfield. Yeah, we got Tyson Bagent still under center here. Baker Mayfield is not going to make me change that. Khalil Herbert, we actually brought in Dalvin Cook, which is actually rumored when he was on the free agent market. So we do have Dalvin Cook now, AJ Dillon from the Packers, and we drafted someone. Why do we have so many good running backs? I couldn't tell you. Pendleton is a new receiver on this team, and we'll have to accept that. I'm going to change schemes up real quick. And the defense, what needs fixing over here? Javon Dexter probably should not be playing over this guy who looks like a defensive end, actually. What sort of weight are we looking at here? 267. Yeah, he's not playing inside, so it'll be Michael Pierce and Javon Dexter on the inside. Anything Javon? It is Jaquan Brisker getting superstar dev. And how are these guys not up dev traits after 160 tackles and 150? What is going on? And I will make sure Tyreek Stevenson's playing over Kyler Gordon. I'll go through the depth chart, and like I said, I'll change the scheme up, and hopefully we have a better season. We are already better than we were all last season with 2 wins now. We are improving, all right? 2-4 is a step up from 0-6. So Tyson Bagent, wow, 1,700 yards is a lot. 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Looks like the playbook might have been half the issue. Dalvin Cook, 308 yards. We're looking for a little bit more than that. Bagent's fine. Receiving, DJ Moore is taking the league by storm, to say the least. Darnell Money doing fine. 9 less receptions, but significantly less yards. Cole Kmet's getting involved, and Troy Pendleton, the rookie, as well. We'll be up to the playoffs. I doubt we'll make it, but we'll just go to the end of the season and see what sort of numbers we put up with record-wise and stat-wise. 6-11, like I mentioned, didn't think we were going to go too far here. Bagent actually second in the league in passing yards. Playbooks are just ridiculous. 20 interceptions is a lot, though. 4,500 yards, basically. If you do the rounding, which I will for Tyson Bagent here, is a lot. Dalvin Cook, not quite over that 1,000 threshold, but 4 per carry is not bad. DJ Moore, what a season. He should be one of the better receivers in the league, if not the best at this point. Tremaine Edmonds, 115 tackles, 101 for TJ Edwards, 17 TFLs for the new Bear. Leonard Williams, 11 for Yannick Ngakoue, 9 for Strickland, and 7 for Javon Dexter. Really just isn't developing fine. A lot of interceptions to go around as well. Huge season for Tyson Bagent in just year number 2 as the full-time Bears starter. And let's see what the CPU management did to this team. Tyson Bagent is here. He is a 70 overall officially now. Baker and Justin Fields are just sitting here, but we confirm best lineup here. That way we can get a full look at everything. We do have a new guard in. Our center's definitely a downgrade from where Whitehair was. DJ Moore up to superstar X Factor. Darnell Mooney's doing a good job. And Pendleton is up 2 overalls from where he started last year. Everything looks meh on the offense and not much changing here on the defense. Harrington probably should be over here at the free safety side, but not going to fix it. Norwood is up to a 77, so our linebackers just continue to get better. Everybody else on this defensive line, it's kind of bad, but at the same time, I'm not mad that Javon Dexter is DT1, which is our number 1 defensive tackle, in case you guys were curious. Just all around, the team's getting worse in some spots, but a lot better in others. Hard to explain, but I'm sure you guys get what I mean. Set the depth chart. We'll see how the team and the new starting quarterback, Tyson Bagent, I wouldn't say new. It's already 2 years into his very brief career so far, but we'll see how he's doing with the rest of the team, see if he can put up the best numbers yet. Actually, worse than last season. We start 1-6. That's not good at all. If you guys were curious, Tyson Bagent is at 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, with a lot of interceptions. Rushing, James Walker stinks. Receiving, DJ Moore stinks. We have nobody willing to step up and make a difference on offense, and our defense probably not doing a whole lot other than stopping the run. That is what it looks like. Only 2 turnovers via interceptions so far this season. Hopefully we can wrap up the season better than we started it. Wow, we actually finished 7-10. What a way to close out the season. We only lose 4 more games the rest of the season, and Tyson Bagent really stepped up. 3 interceptions since week 8 and had, I believe, 17 touchdowns, right? I think he was 10 and 10, maybe 11-10. I don't know. But Tyson Bagent put up a very conservative second half of the season, giving us a chance to finish at least close to 500 or closer to 500. DJ Moore was fine as we closed out the season. Darnell Mooney still not getting involved as much as, some people may like. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, 130 and then 116 tackles for TJ Edwards, 17 TFLs for Leonard Williams, 14 for Unique Ngakoue, 12 for Javon Dexter, and 11 for TJ Edwards. 8 sacks for Unique Ngakoue leads the team, with Leonard Williams cutting that in half, and then Rashad Strickland cutting Leonard Williams in half. And then 5 TJ Edwards interceptions, 2 for Tremaine, 2 for Johnson, 1 for Stevenson, Jaquan Briscoe, Noah Sewell, and Sharif Corey, I believe that was the name that I saw. So, I don't know. We got a lot of different things going on right now. A lot of things seem to work in the second half of the season. We don't exactly start off the best. This is Tyson Bagent's last year on the contract. Will he stay or will he leave? I don't think he had that great of interest. I don't remember exactly, but I know I just saw it 2 seconds ago. Memory's not quite there and I wasn't really looking at it. So don't want to sim 10 years. I want to see if he's on the team at least next year. We'll go through this whole offseason. I won't, but the CPU will, and they'll do whatever they think is best, resign whoever they want. And we'll see if Tyson Bagent continues to be a Bear. And if you look at the quarterback room here, you will not see one name, and that is Tyson Bagent. Meaning we have to go find where he landed and see if he is a viable starter there. If there's like a 90 plus or 85 plus overall superstar quarterback, then I will probably just trade Bagent either back to the Bears or find him a new home. But hey, if he's a starting quarterback somewhere, props to him. Oh my God, there could not be a better situation for Tyson Bagent heading into, I believe this would be year number, 4. So experience 3 years in the league. He's a quarterback of the future for the Dolphins. This is going to be fun. So Tyson Bagent, the new the new Dolphins quarterback, comes in, and he doesn't exactly have the throw power required for guys like Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and his medium accuracy is fine, but his deep accuracy is not the best either. We'll see how he fares on this team. I'm not going to change playbooks. We'll stay on Mike McDaniel's offense and defense. Devon Achane is a great option at running back. Cedric Wilson's still here. They have someone named Palco, which is interesting. Yeah, interesting group, and the defense is just very good as well. Okay, yeah, not mad at this at all, and we'll see how Tyson Bagent does. Year 1 as the Dolphins starter. We'll first head to midseason. If I need to change playbooks, I probably will, but other than that, we'll just see and stick with these ones, and we'll check on the team at midseason. We are 0-7 to start this this wonderful career path that Tyson Bagent has chosen. 4 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Rushing, Achane's fine. Receiving, we are putting up virtually nothing. Tyreek Hill isn't even being used at this point. What is happening? We finished the season 4-13. Not exactly the growing pains I expected, as Tua is balling out. He's second in the league without this Dolphins team around him. Tyson Bagent does finish the season better than I thought he would, which is good. And Tyreek did get a little bit more involved as the season went on, but still, this is no way to play football and no excuse for Tyson Bagent. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what needs to happen. I didn't even check his contract. I'll do that now. It is going to be interesting to see what he's getting paid. If I had to guess, it'd be somewhere around $6 million a year, and I don't know how many years, because with a quarterback like this, usually you see this kind of guys as kind of like a bridge guy. So yeah, he's actually getting paid $680,000. What? We'll be off to next season, and I don't know if Tyson Bagent will stay with the Dolphins, sign with someone else, or even consider retiring at this point. Obviously, probably not going to retire, but might find himself a backup job after not proving himself for 1 year. I'll make sure that he plays NFL football again. Moment of truth, you guys will find out when I do if Tyson Bagent is the quarterback here. He isn't. It looks like Baker Mayfield just follows in Tyson Bagent's footsteps now, as he is now the starting quarterback for the Dolphins. We're going to have to go on a wild goose chase, try to find where Tyson Bagent ended up, or where he landed. Tyson Bagent, starting job with the Browns. This is interesting. He is now officially labeled as a bridge quarterback, and he's probably only on a 1-year deal. Wow. Tyson Bagent inherits a pretty good offense. DeJuan Jones is developing quite nicely in game. Nate Davis, his former Bears teammate, he has Jed Wills to protect him off the left tackle as well. Gallup, DPJ, you have some kid in here named Wilson. This is interesting. There is a lot of different pieces here than I thought with the Browns. I thought they'd still kind of retain their basic stuff, but I mean, there's very few players on here, maybe more on the defensive side than the offensive side. They've got a very nice group of corners. Myles Garrett is still here, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I can't talk. I don't know what's going on. And then I believe this is Kamari Connor out of like Virginia Tech. Yeah, Virginia Tech's former corner, maybe? I can't remember. Anyways, it's a good group, and they are actually on Dallas Cowboys playbooks already. If they weren't, I was going to put them on it. So let's see how they do at midseason. We start 3-3. It looks like we've had a tough matchup because both times I've seen our matchups, it's against the 49ers and the Chiefs. Before we check stats real quick on the season, even though, wait, we could just check it from here. 14, almost 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. He's been sacked 13 times, 66% completion percentage, ties a career best so far at midseason. So great numbers, and he is actually on a very long-term deal here. That's great news. So he is going to be the Browns quarterback unless they draft someone a little bit better than him, but his experience makes him better than any rookie that's going to come in anyways. So Tyson Bagent is kind of the guy here. Can he propel his new team to the playoffs in just year one? Nope. No, he can't. He only won 2 more games the rest of the season, going 5-12. Not really voting well towards his season numbers. Yeah, more interceptions this second half of the season. 3,863 yards, 27 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, 61% completion percentage. Nick Chubb, 1,162 yards, 4.6 per carry, 10 touchdowns. He's still very good. Donovan Peoples-Jones was fine as well, about 1,170 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 for Kevin Floyd, though. Pretty good. Michael Gallup getting some reps in there as well. Defensively, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the only one over 100 tackles, 16 for loss for Myles Garrett, 17 sacks. No real production other than Zach Harrison, maybe. I actually loved Zach Harrison coming out of Ohio State. Quite the athlete. To next season we go. It is the next day for me, but Tyson Bagent to this point is 28 years of age, 6'3", 213, out of Shepherd University, Division II football. His stats look pretty good. His awareness is up a lot since we started this whole thing, and hopefully that can propel him to some good numbers. Maybe race to star development, and maybe like a 78 or 80 overall quarterback by the time he's done progressing. And by the time he hits regression, he'll probably be around a certain age, and you'll have to get better for it to be good. I don't know if that really got the message across. I should say, basically, he's a normal dev player right now. If he gets star, he can progress to put him in a better spot when he starts to regress, instead of staying pretty stale around that 75 to 77 range, and then he starts to regress and he's down to a 74, despite being like an 80, and with star dev, regression hits a little bit less, so he'd be down to like a 77, something like that, so it would just put him in a better spot overall if he had star development, if he had, a little bit better numbers in general. We start at 4-3, and in our division, we are just behind the 6-1 Ravens. We go to stats and awards. Bagent has started the season off quite nicely at 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Rushing, Nick Chubb is doing the job well. Receiving, Michael Gallup is actually your leading receiver, with Donovan Peoples-Jones just about 40 yards trailing, and then the tight end's getting involved, and the wide receiver 3 is getting some work, I guess. Defensively, oh wow, oh my god, Myles Garrett has 17 sacks and a half a season. I've never seen that. Is insane. That is 17 sacks for the first 7 weeks. He is on pace for crazy amount of numbers. Crazy numbers in general. What is going on? That is what? We finished 10-7, second in our division. We make the wild card. Tyson Bagent finishes 18th in the NFL. And he was on pace to do really well in the first half of the season, kind of fell off. Nick Chubb did the job well again. Receiving, DPJ finishes out on top, 86 catches for 1,200 yards. Michael Gallup just gathers over 1,000 with 14 touchdowns. Defensively, oh my god, Myles Garrett put up 29.5 sacks in a single season. What the hell? Myles Garrett, the edge rusher, at 32 years old, at a 96, he's not even a 99 anymore, went up and just put 29.5 sacks up, and there's still more to go around, which, that is just not okay. Can we beat the Cleveland Browns, or can we beat the Kansas City Chiefs? We lose by 7. I could have seen that going better and worse. Tyson Bagent is actually your offensive player of the week for the AFC. 20-31, 242, 3 passing touchdowns, only sacked twice, and still had 8 carries for 31 yards. Really good numbers for him, and we'll be moving on to yet another season where hopefully Tyson Bagent is gonna do wonders for this team. Ooh, they drafted a Manning, well, maybe not the brother, but maybe a cousin. I don't know. But they drafted a guy to come in and maybe just replace Tyson Bagent immediately or, you know, long term. You never know. But we do have two superstar linemen that they drafted, I believe, both last year. So very good drafting by the good old Browns here. Emerson, Garrett still here. Obviously, candidate will be taken. Some kind of look around, find things you like about this team. You can kind of nitpick about what you don't, but I just love the quarterback. I was actually going to, I thought this was his last year on the deal. It is, so I was going to make sure that I wasn't wrong about that, and he has very little interest in coming back. Bad start to the season, 2-5, and Bagent, it doesn't matter, comes out, throws 75% completion percentage, 312 passing yards. Quite the dog, if you ask me. Tyson Bagent, I think, second in the league in passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's off to the best start of his career for sure. DPJ is getting things done all the way around. No way around that. And only 5 sacks from Myles Garrett, not 17. This team needs Bagent to pull through the second half of the season and perhaps save them, make them lose only 1 or 2 more games, manage the rest of the season, the rest of your contract, and the rest of your time with the Browns, possibly. He obviously could resign. Is it possible? Yes, 100%. Is it likely? Probably not, with the amount of interest they have. The backup quarterback, and now this year going 5-12 isn't the best way to earn yourself a contract. Going 3,700 yards, 15 touchdowns only to 5 interceptions. Good interception to touchdown ratio. You just didn't do enough through the air. Touchdown wise, receiving kind of meh. And I'll just check on Myles Garrett's sacks just because I'm curious. Now we'll head to next season where Tyson Bagent will either be a Brown, be another team's quarterback, whether it's backup or starter, or he might consider retirement at 29 years old. Never know. And we'll see what he chose to do after we take a little look-see here at the... Oh, yeah, no. They drafted a superstar quarterback that did a good job, and they'll be moving on from Tyson Bagent. Interesting landing spot here for Tyson Bagent. I don't like this at all, because they have this guy right here is in his third year, Scott Parker, and then they even have Kyler Murray, and then they pick up Tyson Bagent. I don't understand this. Wow, the Packers are fielding calls for Tyson Bagent. And by the way, this is an absurd deal. I have no sliders changed or anything like that. A 30-year-old bridge quarterback, Tyson Bagent would go for a 26-year-old, I'm guessing newly extended superstar X Factor, 82 overall tight end, a 4th and a 7th if that wasn't already enough. That will be a done deal. Tyson Bagent will go start for the Steelers. So here's the team. Tyson Bagent, you have a 75 overall here. You just wanted him to get mentored up by the veteran, by one of the GOATs, Tyson Bagent. Najee Harris is your washed up running back. George Pickens is still very good. They do have Elijah Moore, but they also have James Freiermuth and a very good offensive line that consists of a former Bear, if I saw correctly. It is Tevin Jenkins, really interesting. And then defensively, wow. What a team. You Minkah Fitzpatrick, you have Barner, very star-studded safety group. 2 great edge rushers in Alex Smith and TJ Watt, both hitting regression at this point. And then great middle linebackers. You have James Harrison, former teammate of Tyson Bagent with the Browns. And then 2 very good interior linemen. You have Stern here. What is happening? Like, this is a great team. Maybe could use some help in the cornerback room. They're pretty average there, but... oh my Lanta, this is a very, 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 very super good team. They're in Miami playbooks now? What is going on? I don't like that they are in Miami, and I'd rather have a base 3-4 than any of these other 3-4s. I don't know what we'll do here. I don't like the Miami playbooks as much. We'll look for something I think might work. When we'll use Carolina playbooks, it just might work out better in the general run of things and simulation in general. Never mind. We are 1-6. We are... officially atrocious. Tyson Bagent, 21st in the NFL in passing yards. A lot more disappointing than I thought. Najee isn't quite that amazing. Pickens isn't picking up too great. Defensively, Junior Blair is interesting. I mean, sack production's down. Oh man, I put this team in the dumpster with these playbooks. I should have known. Dallas Cowboys the only way. I just feel cheesy using it all the time. I did want to check the contract here of Tyson Bagent, the 30-year-old. So he is only on a 1 year, which is good and fine and all things like that. But I don't know. He might retire. He's having historically low numbers here. We'll try to fix that up. We'll fix the scheme. I'll just go to Dallas Cowboys and we'll close out the season. We finished 4-13, and I don't expect great numbers here. Tyson Bagent, 3,700 yards, 24 touchdowns, a lot of interceptions, kind of been the common theme with him throughout his career. Najee can't quite break 1,000. George Pickens barely over 1,000 there blocking. Who led up them? Oh my God, our tackles were not that great, and the interior was still horrible too. We'll be up to the next season where Tyson Bagent has 3 career paths he could take. Now he could stay with the Steelers, maybe start another year. He can retire and just quit, stop himself the embarrassment here. Late career, he's about 31 now, and or he can just go to another team. We'll see which one of those paths Tyson Bagent has taken here or chosen. And he is no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But is he any longer in the league? Oh my God. Tyson Bagent and Justin Fields end up with each other again in Arizona, with Pat Ferguson sitting just behind them. Oh man. So we will start Tyson Bagent just because that is the Tyson Bagent career simulation, but I just think it's hilarious he ended up on the same team with Justin Fields at the same overall, even though Justin Fields is a year older than him. So I don't know, we can look around, we could say, hey, nice team, or we could say just a fun situation and your career. I think that that's what I'll mainly be looking at here, is how does Tyson Bagent perhaps play the last football year of his career. I don't even have to check the contract. I can almost guarantee you it is a 1-year deal. I'll change the scheme up, of course, and then we'll be on our way to the mid-season point. Why did I go into here? Matt LaFleur is the offensive coordinator. Yikes. First half of the season will be underway, and I'll see you guys with the results and stats and numbers and all the record. I guess the Cardinals record. I'm falling off the rails here, boys. Too much caffeine. But I love Celsius. Please, 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 please sponsor me. Oh, we actually start off 4-3, which isn't bad. And who is Tyson Bagent, who goes 18 of 25 on just 18 completions. He goes for 342 yards, 5 touchdowns, only sacked once. Is he up there at all? Other than just in week 7? No. But Bagent comes out having a stellar week 7, headed into the mid-season mark. More than happy with how he's doing. Tyson Bagent looks, good numbers, good numbers. A little bit more interceptions than I was anticipating. Rushing, James Morrison looks fine. Receiving, you got a few threats here, but nothing insane. Defensively, is anything crazy going on back here? No. But good start to the season, and we'll see if he can close it out. He's above 500 right now. He's put the Arizona Cardinals in a good place in the division. They are in it to win it right now, and can they stay that way throughout the rest of the year? Only one way to find out. We are not closers. We finished 7-10, missed the playoffs, end up 3rd in our division. Bagent goes for 3,500 yards with an S, basically. 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Rushing, it was James Morrison, the leading rusher, and he actually did a great job. Receiving, nothing insane from really anyone. Defensively, nothing crazy either from anyone. 100, wow, 4 players over 100 is not, common. Off to next season, where I'm anticipating a Tyson Bagent retirement, and if not that, he would probably just be a backup on the team at this point. He has proven he could play at a high level for half a season, but there's no real steady evidence that he could be the guy, especially at his age, and he'll probably regress quite a bit. Listening to a song named It's Okay by Daniel, but the way that Daniel is spelled is absolutely insane. Daniel, like Danny Yell, but like, I don't know, just not appealing to me in terms of basic knowledge of words. Daniel just doesn't really register like that in my head. And well, what do they have here? Nothing really going on. No more Bagent, no more Fields. We'll see where Bagent ended up if he is still in the league. If not, we'll just have to say he retired on a high note. Justin Fields ends up a Packer, and I have not seen or found a Tyson Bagent here, and he's definitely not a 78 overall. So at this point, we can just say that he retired, because he has, and don't think he broke any records, so I won't even look. That'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, go watch any of the past content on the channel, especially if you like this sort of video. I'm sure you'll like the others. That'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces!